All right, guys, we got some major news coming down from the NFL about two particular players that fantasy managers have been wanting to get some information on for the longest in regards to Rashee Rice and Joe Mixon. So to kick things off, let's talk about what's going on with Rashee Rice. The NFL has come down with a suspension for Rashee Rice because of his situation that happened last year, hitting him with a 6-game suspension. Now, keep in mind that initial reports wanted the NFL to suspend Rashee Rice for 10 games, but they ended up haggling over it. Now he's getting hit with a 6-game suspension. And here's the key. The suspension is not going to take place in the middle of the season like it was initially believed, but it will start at the beginning. So he's going to be gone for the first 6 weeks. He won't be eligible to return until week 7 against the Las Vegas Raiders. Now, what this does is it boosts fantasy value for Xavier Worthy, who's the other wide receiver for the Chiefs, and it also gives a boost to Travis Kelce. So if you were getting him on the cheap because maybe fantasy managers in your league were not really crazy about taking Travis Kelce, now his value is going to go up. Same thing with Xavier Worthy, who now steps in as the likely wide receiver 1 role for the Kansas City Chiefs offense. Wide receiver Hollywood Brown also gets a little bit of a boost in fantasy value. He slides up as the wide receiver 2. And keep an eye on Traquan Thornton, who's been having a solid good camp and who's been making noise during the preseason. Now, the next bit of news comes out of Houston with the Texans and their situation with running back Joe Mixon. The Texans GM was asked about Joe Mixon's availability after the 4 weeks because he was placed on the NFI list and he's going to be missing the first 4 weeks of the season. But the GM was non-committal on Joe Mixon even playing in 2025. To me, that's not a really good sign for a running back who's supposed to be a starter on a team who hasn't been able to practice, hasn't been participated in training camp, and now he's going to miss the first 4 weeks of the season. Joe Mixon is currently being drafted somewhere in the 9th round as the running back 35. Nick Chubb is already seeing a boost in fantasy value as he'll step in as the running back 1 for the Texans, and he will see a lot of work on the ground. You could see Woody Marks, the rookie running back for the Texans, see an increased value as a possible handcuff for Nick Chubb in the event that something happens to him. Now, if you do plan on rolling the dice on Joe Mixon, keep in mind that even after the draft, you can move him to your injured reserve, free up a bench spot, and add another player off the waiver wire during free agency. But with this information in tow, now you'll be able to make better decisions when it comes to your fantasy draft. So take it easy and stay locked in with the Fantasy's Finest for more information like this.